We've got secrets to uncover about attraction, modern love, and how to become insanely magnetic. What you learn here isn't common knowledge and it will change the way you see everything. Welcome to Decoded with Liz Rose. Let's begin. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make someone genuinely miss you without manipulation, without disappearing, and without playing childish texting games. Because here's the truth. Anyone can wait 2 hours to text back. That's not power. Power is when they miss you because your presence leaves an imprint on their nervous system, not because you disappeared into a strategy that you found online. And the first thing you need to understand is this. People don't miss what's always available. They miss regulation, identity, rhythm, timing, and emotional texture. Games rely on randomness and standards rely on psychology. Games create anxiety and standards create attraction. So let's break down the psychological principles that make someone miss you naturally while you show up as a grounded, secure, emotionally regulated adult who understands how the human brain actually responds to connection. The first way to make someone miss you without trying is to keep your actual schedule. Most people destroy their own attractiveness the moment they like someone. Suddenly, their gym sessions disappear out the window. Their plans vanish. Their whole life becomes, let me know when you're free. No, that's not how this works. Keeping your schedule isn't playing hard to get, it's communicating consistency. From a psychological perspective, consistency signals high self-worth. Your brain categorizes people with structure and routine as more reliable, more grounded, and much more desirable. And people who value themselves are perceived as higher status. You don't announce your schedule like a threat. You don't say, I don't rearrange my time for other people. No, that's not it. You simply live it quietly and confidently. People respect people who have commitments, and people miss people who have a life and they want to be a part of it. The next shift, stop sprinting through life trying to text them back within 4 seconds. Frantic responses don't make anyone feel wanted. They signal anxious attachment and nervous system dysregulation. And dysregulated people aren't missed, they're accommodated. There's a big psychological difference between responsiveness and reactivity. Considered responses mean you regulate your nervous system. You read the message, you pause, you breathe, you think, and then you reply. Not to be mysterious, not to manipulate, but because regulated people, calm people, automatically create emotional safety, and emotional safety is addictive. Next, missing you doesn't happen because you vanish. It happens because you don't collapse your life into someone else's. When you're always available, always responding instantly, always bending around them, there's no space for anticipation, and anticipation is a psychological engine behind missing someone. Dopamine spikes in anticipation, not reward. So when there's no gap, no pause, no natural rhythm, the brain never has room to build desire. Healthy emotional space isn't disappearing, it's simply not abandoning your life. You're living, you're doing your thing, and the space that you naturally create activates psychological longing. Now, let me tell you a secret. Good timing is one of the most attractive traits on the planet. Think of those moments on a date or a phone call where everything feels amazing. You're laughing, you're vibing, you're connecting, and then it starts to dip and things feel like they're in a lull. The energy fades. Leaving on a high isn't a power move, it's emotional intelligence. It leverages what psychology calls the peak end rule. People remember the peak of an experience and how it ended. When you exit at the high point, you cement yourself as a powerful emotional memory. It's not manipulation, that's a rhythm. People don't miss those who are always around. They miss the world that those people bring with them. If you're always free, never doing anything, never planning anything, never even exploring or creating or engaging in your own life, you become an accessory, not a person. And from a psychological standpoint, people attach more deeply to individuals who live in what's known as rich identity field. A rich identity field means that you have your own rituals, routines, hobbies, passions, friendships, and interests. That makes you psychologically rewarding. It gives their brains something to look forward to, and people miss people who make their inner world feel bigger. Someone worth missing has a life that feels warm, textured, and energizing to be around. Effort is a dance, not a marathon that you run alone. When you consistently give more than you receive, you unbalance that foundation. Unbalanced dynamics creates two reactions: comfort for them and insecurity for you. Matching effort keeps things stable. It communicates, I'm attuned, but I'm not desperate. And that creates psychological safety on both sides. You don't respond faster, deeper, or more intensely than them. You simply mirror at a healthy level And balanced mirroring is one of the strongest attraction builders in neuroscience. When your energy matches instead of overwhelms, the connection stays in that space where desire can actually grow. People miss individuals. They want you to be an individual, not a shapeshifter. Your interests, your routines, your rituals, your personality. These are psychological anchors that make bonds feel real. The biggest mistake people make early on is shrinking themselves, softening their preferences, hiding their edges, dissolving into whatever they think that other person wants. Not only is that unsustainable, it kills attraction. Identity is memory. Identity is magnetism. Identity is what the brain attaches to. When you maintain yours, you become a full three-dimensional human, and full humans create emotional impact. Full humans leave a psychological imprint. Full humans get missed. And if you want to make someone miss you naturally without acting, without pretending, without playing games, follow these standards. Because when you show up with secure energy, grounded timing, emotional space, and a life that you actually like, people can feel it and they miss it. With each episode, you're learning the secrets that make you a master of attraction and modern love and stepping into your most magnetic self. Keep this between us. The world doesn't need to know our secrets. Thank you for listening. I'm Liz Rose, and I'll see you in the next episode.